afternoon, citizens. Welcome back to our daily history channel. Today we will be talking about Andrew Jackson, a very controversial president.
Jackson, also known as Old Hickory, was the United States' 7th president who served from 1829 to 1837. He also served in the House of Representatives and the Senate. He was born on March 15, 1767, as the first but not the last president born in Tammany. President Jackson joined the military when he was a young adult. His success in defending America during the Battle of New Orleans, the War of 1812, gave him political power and popularity, leading to his presidency. His actions as Commander-in-Chief for good and bad. Recently, the Federal Reserve has decided to replace Jackson from the $20 bill with Harriet Tubman, moving Jackson to the back of the bill.
Jackson was an amazing president. During his inauguration, thousands of people came to witness his presidency. All hotels would fill with 5 people per bed, and the beer ran out quickly. All of President Jackson voters was common people, and they're mostly more than business people.
True, but when Jackson became a president, a riot took place causing several injuries. If Jackson's presidency was starting off like this, maybe it was a sign for people to be aware of what was happening.
What Jackson did right was to get rid of the National Bank. He thought it was unconstitutional and it was too overpowered. He distrusted the bank president, who was Nicholas Biddle, and he thought that the bank only benefited the rich people more than the common people such as farmers. So he vetoed the recharter bill, and it ended up he got most of the votes of his re-election from common people than business people.
President Jackson battled with the National Bank because it did not support his interest to expand to the West. He only distrusted the bank's president, Nicholas Biddle, because he was rich, well-born, and everything that Jackson wasn't when he was young. He vetoed the recharter bill, passed by Henry Clay, that Jackson had destroyed. Jackson was a terrifying president. He signed an Indian Removal Act, a law allowing him to make treaties with Native Americans, giving them more land west for their current land. Anyone who refused him encountered a military force, which resulted mainly in fatal actions. Since the Supreme Court ruled said that the Indians had a right to their land.
The act wasn't really bad. In fact, it was great. And President Jackson promised that he would give more land, so the settlers from South could expand their land to grow cotton. Another good thing Jackson did was to pass the Force Bill, which let him call upon the army to collect tariffs if they were needed, as Congress was lowering the tariffs at the same time. Southern states became angry at the tariffs because it raised price for them, and then they benefited the northern states. Southerners declared it was unconstitutional because it was favoring one region. In this case, it was the South. It was the North. John Calhoun, Andrew Jackson, Vice President, has supported South Carolina during this nullification.
According to the Constitution, it's legal to nullify laws, and South Carolina is allowed to threaten to break free from America. On the other hand, passing a law that only favors one region is unconstitutional, and Jackson and the Congress were breaking that one law. Jackson was the first president to be targeted for assassination. This is pointing how much people disliked him in that time period.
The man who attempted to kill him was insane and crazy. He was not charged for crimes because of this, and this might also explain why he misfired his pistol shots. During his presidential campaign, he and the people has created the Democratic Party, which is the one of the biggest 2 parties nowadays.
Another topic that he was also covered during his presidency was owning slaves. Andrew Jackson was a slave owner deeply involved in the slave trade. It was said that he owned up to 300 slaves at one point in his campaign.
Well, Andrew Jackson did many good things during his presidency. He, forming the Democratic Party. He also did many bad things, like killing Native Americans in his attempt to carry out Manifest Destiny. Because of the wide range of amazing and terrible things he achieved, he is half removed from the $20 bill. Thank you for listening, and remember to tune in for tomorrow's show on Abraham Lincoln.